Jai Sriman Narayan. Jai Sriman Narayan. Jai Sriman Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagadguru Sudarshan Acharya Ji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to the Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to the 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi, and I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that's watching this discourse locally, nationally, and internationally, and I welcome in advance those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. This is Lord Narayan's classroom. And in every classroom, there are various disciplines. When you go to school, you have to dress in a discipline. You have to arrive at the class or at school at a disciplined time. You take your breaks through disciplined time, and you leave through disciplined time. This is Lord Narayan's classroom, and I believe at this stage in our maturity we need to instill these disciplines which I have kept aside earlier so that you could understand the fundamental reason you attend the Sri Narayan Dham. So Guru plus God is equal to grace. Guru plus God is equal to grace. Lord Jesus plus God is equal to grace. Prophet Muhammad plus God is equal to grace. Abraham plus God is equal to grace. This is absolute. This is an equation. Do you understand what an equation is? Jay, when last you did an equation? How long? And what you remember about an equation? Tiveshni, what's an equation? And why are you here, Tiveshni? You're supposed to be in Shelly Beach with your father and aunt. What you doing at satsang? No, satsang forced you to be here today. The Guru from the satsang gave you an instruction to be here today, not because satsang is more important. Shelly Beach is more important. What is an equation? Sita? The left must be equal to the right. So Guru plus God is equal to grace must be equal to those entity that received the grace. Yes or no? If the product of Guru and God is grace, then it must be equal to a product that is receiving the grace. Yes or no? So Guru plus God gives you grace, and for a disciple to receive that grace, that disciple must be seriously, from the heart, involved in seva, simran, and satsang. Seva, simran, and satsang. So this is the equation. If you are not in the equation, then it is whose fault? Whose fault? Yes. God is not going to change this equation. You can make a 100 meter by 100 meter photograph of God and place him in 100 acres of land, Jai. You can look at him from today to doomsday. No grace. You can keep a Bible in your house, you can keep a Bhagavad Gita in a house, you can keep a Quran in your house, you can read from cover to cover. No grace. You are only lying to yourself. You can keep all these murtis in your house, Sita, and you can dance for them. No grace. There is no grace. And without grace, there is no spiritual health, wealth, and prosperity. You can have material health, you can have material wealth, and you can have material prosperity. It is dry. It is dry. For spiritual health, wealth, and prosperity, you have to be involved in the equation. Seva, Simran, and Satsang. And this is when I take out my hat for the Islamic community. Hindus do seva with the mouth. That seva is not required by God. And this is why I say the Muslim community, they are healthy, they are wealthy, and they are prosperous. Because they do seva, simran, and satsang. Their satsang is 5 times in one day. I battle to get you here once a week for 3 hours. Their satsang is 5 times a day. Don't you think they must be graced proportionately? And they are graced proportionately. God is gracing them proportionately. What is Simran? Simran is constant remembrance of the Lord. Simran is constant remembrance of the Lord. Are Muslims constantly remembering the Lord? Yes. In every sentence, the Lord's name is on their tongue. And the Guru's name is on their tongue. Islam has one Guru. Christianity has one Guru. You understand? It's same. The Guru principle started since time immemorial. And the Bhagavad Gita is the personification of the Guru system itself. As soon as Arjuna told Lord Krishna, "You are my teacher. I cannot handle this situation myself. I leave everything to you." At that point in time, in the Bhagavad Gita, the Guru principle kicked into life, personified by Guru being Lord Sri Krishna and Arjuna being the disciple. So Sanatana Dharma, the summary of all Vedic knowledge is found compressed in 700 verses, and that dimension in which it is compressed is the Guru principle. Is the Guru principle. So Sanatana Dharma, the essence of Sanatana Dharma is the Guru principle, which is its substratum. And it is the third creation when this universe is created. First is the creative principle, then Lord Brahma is created through the creative principle, and the first dimension of creation in this universe is the Guru principle. Is the Guru principle. So Guru plus God is equal to grace, and to receive the grace, you have to be involved proportionally in Seva, and Seva is divided in 3 types, and you have to be involved in all 3 types. And 3 types of Seva is Tan, Man and Dhan Seva. Tan, Man and Dhan Seva. Tan Seva is physical Seva. Tan Seva is physical Seva. Man Seva is using your mind. And that involves arts, bhajans, where you use your mind and you create service. Jai Bhai, today you'll be on TikTok. Amita, you must exchange numbers. Jay is going to trouble you. He'll want to see how many thousand views he got today. Alright? So you get very famous here, Jay Bhai. But that's not what Man Seva is. Man Seva is you render your service through arts, through music, through writing, through poetry. Not that you get famous. You have to make your Guru and God famous. You have to make Guru and God famous. How is that Seva if you make your Guru and God famous? How is that Seva? So other people can get attracted to your Guru and ultimately God. And when people get attracted to Guru and God, what happens? Guru plus God gives you grace. So you, by performing your physical seva here at the ashram, you are evolving this ashram selflessly so that others can come onto this platform and be graced. That's physical seva. Tan seva. Man seva is you perform like Hemita. She is involved in Man seva. She's done great work in technology. But if she doesn't come next week Saturday and sweep this yard, she'll catch it like everyone else. Because seva is not only in that one dimension. And then lastly there's Dhan seva. There's Dhan seva, like your chairperson. Every month he pays 4,000 Rand to benefit the ashram. How much? Your chairperson. For him, how many thousand you think that is? 400 million. Amita is right. Alright? And he comes from the same school Jai Bhai came. Jai Bhai, I thought you was Kanjus number 1. The chairman of this organization is Kanjus number 1. Alright? When Jai Bhai was with us, how many years ago, Jai Bhai? 2015. That is 7 years ago. I whacked him for being a Kanjus and I never saw him again. And I'm seeing him here today after 7 years. He got whacked for being a Kanjus. Alright? Chairman of this organization, he lives in Joburg. I told him to whack himself for being a Kanjus. I told him to whack himself for being a Kanjus. Initially, he would give discourses and indirectly say that you must not be greedy. He used to use the word Jai Bhai, greedy. Alright? And then he got so brave that he started giving many discourses saying how greedy he was. And I felt bad on this other end as his guru. I phoned him and told him, please, I feel miserable when you tell the world how greedy you are. Okay, Jai Bhai? See, he never left the satsang. He's still with us, all right? So you can make him your guru. I'll give him your phone number. You all too confused. You all can form a small conjuice party in the sidelines. Because Jai Bhai should cook the exact amount of rice grains when it came to his turn in for cooking. If 13 people came, he'll make sure there's only 13 half potatoes. 13 times 5 beans. And I don't know how many hundred, maybe 1,500 grains of rice. And people should be hungry. And you won't see a grain of rice. Everything of Jai Bhai was wiped out. So I called him one side. I said, Jai Bhai, when you first came to me, there was divorce papers on the coffee table. Yes, Jai Bhai? Yeah. Then what happened to the divorce papers, Jai Bhai? Mysteriously disappeared. Mysteriously disappeared. Then Jai Bhai said, you know what? My wife is taking advantage of me because she earns more than me. Yes, Jai Bhai? This is Guruji satsang. These things have to be sorted out. Somehow they'll know anyway. All right? So I doubled his salary. How much he was earning, Jai Bhai? And I doubled it. Yes or no? Huh? Almost. Okay. See, Kanjus can remember. Someone else will say, yeah, Guru, you doubled it. You even trebled it. But being a Kanjus, he knows I almost doubled it. All right? But he can't remember how much he was. But I know he knows how much he was. All right? Then he told me, Guru, because my wife bought this car, she's controlling my movements. So what Guru did for you? No. Tell them, Jay. Don't worry, camera is not looking at you. Hemita didn't get used to you yet. As we move, he got a brand new company vehicle. And you see Jay coming to satsang with the company vehicle, but 3 small pots. Vishwadhar is enjoying this. He thought he was the only Jew in this satsang. In fact, he might be getting a little bit upset that he got competition. All right? Just how upset my donkeys got. Just how upset my donkeys got. You all remember I had 2 donkeys in the back? And I told Vishwadhar, please, God made donkeys and gave them the title of being the most stupid. Now you are endangering the donkey's title by being a human who are more stupid than my 2 donkeys. And he thought I was joking. And I told him, Vishwadhar, when you come to this ashram, they're going to be very, very upset with you. And we are here, we lived with the donkeys for 2 years. There were days that we forgot to feed the donkey, but I never heard the donkeys. What noise they make? What's bray? I never heard the donkeys brain. And I warn Vishwadhar that when you come to this ashram, you might be attacked by the donkeys. And this is a true story. He can comment. He's listening, he's watching, he can comment as I give the story. Last year, May 3rd or May 4th, when he landed here, as soon as he walked on the driveway and the donkeys were blocked, they on the other side of the Goshala, They were really upset he was here because I heard them braying loudly. And that was to steal their title of stupidity. Because stupidity is the title given to donkeys by the Supreme Lord himself. And here Vishwadhar was stealing their title. All of you understand? And the donkeys were upset, Jay. I'm serious. You can read the comments as is. They made the loudest sound I never heard in 2 years. So you got a friend in this satsang. And he's very high ranking. He's the chairperson. All right? This time you can't run away. You don't have to run away. God gave you a brother in this satsang. I'm sure you're going to have lots and lots to discuss. And I'm sure Vishwadhar is ready to interview you. Because you are the original Jew. He came after you. You are the senior Jew. All right? So Jai Bhai decided to traverse, leave the Guru and move around. And he did this because God wanted him to do this and come back to show you who are current that there's nothing out there. When the grace, Jai Bhai, tell me if I'm right, Guru plus God is equal to grace. What happened to all the grace that this Guru gave you? Sorry? Vanished. Right now, at this point in time, his divorce papers is with Jessica, I think, in court. All right? Company van is gone. He's back with his old Lani, and I think he's earning that old salary again. After how many years, Jai Bhai? 7 years. But he did not leave me on his own. He did not fight. There was that division that took place where people thought they were bigger than the Guru, and at the same time Jai was stung. So when you stung and there's a split, Jai said, let me try this other side. All right? There is no grace. There is no grace. You can't drink in this reservoir and quench your thirst there. You have to drink here and quench your thirst here. Right, Jai Bhai? So Jai Bhai went to other branches of Guruji's. You went to town as well? Only, I don't want to mention, but those people that caused a problem here, that leader of that so-called branch was supposed to use his intelligence and say that if a group of people left there, they're going to do the same thing they did there, here. Have to use your intelligence. And I think in 2 years, Jay, 1 or 2 years, they went and split that organization. And wherever they are, they're going to split that organization. But remember, nobody is a guru. But everyone got, Jay, what they got? Huh? You tell what they got? All these people that's opening branches, what they got? Guruji is what? Powers. They say they got Guruji's powers. They're making this like a temple transferal system. You understand? Where somebody can get a trance and then you become a disciple and you get a trance and you become a disciple and you get a trance. That is bull. This system don't work like that. 1 + 1 is equal to? That's all. Nobody is supernatural. Nobody is supernatural. It's just that the Guru is the teacher and you are the learners. All of you understand? How many of you are watching and hearing about the Ukraine and Russia war at the moment? Almost all of you. You'll see the soldiers involved in the war. I have some military men in the satsang as well, too. Why are soldiers successful? Because they disciplined. And what makes them be disciplined? What aspect of the training? Consistency. Consistency. Dana, when you did 100 press-ups and the next day the instructor said, do 100 press-ups, did you ever tell the instructor, no, yesterday I did 100 press-ups, Srini never do 100 press-ups, let Srini do the 100 press-ups today? Can you tell the instructor that? When you're a soldier, your training is individual. And when you're a disciple, your training is individual. Don't look at other people. Premila, don't look at other people. Don't say that person didn't come and that person didn't come and that person was here for 2 minutes and that person didn't come, that's why I won't come. Equation is Guru plus God is equal to grace, and to balance that grace, on the other side, disciple that's receiving the grace must be involved for seva in all three forms. Seva in all three forms. Simran, continuous remembrance of God, and coming to satsang as much as possible. Hindus are the worst in discipline. Hindus are the worst in discipline. Tell a Hindu to go to a birthday party. Tell a Hindu to go for a bride. Tell a Hindu to go for a wedding. Tell a Hindu to go to the movies. Have you ever heard of a Hindu that bought movie tickets and went late and the movie was over? Any Hindu went to a wedding when the wedding was over? Hindu went to a bride when only the bones was there? But when it comes to satsang, when it comes to seva, a Hindu always got a excuse. Premila, how disciplined you was when you went for that funeral. How many satsangs you never come? Premila? 1 month you never come to satsang. How disciplined you was there for doing all the things in the funeral. But where do you have a contract? Do you have a contract in a bride? Do you have a contract in the movies? Do you have a contract, funerals and ceremonies? Or do you have a contract with your Guru and God? Where do you have your contract? Where is your contract? And where is your allegiance? Allegiance is to the bride, Allegiance is to the movie. Allegiance is to the wedding. But where's your contract? Tivashni, where's your contract? With your Guru. Do you understand? And this is a reality. Is it not, Jai Bhai? Is it not a reality? When you come to satsang, you make a commitment and a contract between yourself, Guru and God, that my life, my circumstances must change. Which is greater? Bride, movie, funeral, ceremonies, weddings, or your contract? If somebody is giving you R1 million on the day you're supposed to be going to a wedding, how many of you will go to the wedding and how many of you will stay and take that R1 million? You won't even go for your children's wedding. Do you understand? Because we Hindus are the first to point fingers. Go on Facebook and see what the Hindus are doing. Pointing fingers at other religions, getting involved. But are the Hindus cleaning their own backyard? Are Hindus cleaning their own backyard? And where the fingers are pointing? Right round. So I asked the chairperson, Jai Bhai. His name is Vishwadhar Ramanuj Das. His other name is Yatin Soni. That confused part, I think he'll deal as Yatin Soni. And his camouflaged part is Vishwadhar Ramanuj Das. Alright. I said must make a attendance register. Who comes to satsang? Attendance register. Who comes for physical seva? Attendance register. Who donates? Donation register. And who does other things? A register. So that when you come in my kutir, I get all these registers and I see if Guru plus God, which is equal to grace, is equal to Tan Man Dhan Seva. Tan Man Dhan Seva plus Simran plus Satsang. How's that? Am I not a perfect maths teacher, Jessica? You think any teacher explained mathematics more absolutely than myself, what an equation is? Then I'll do it easy for you. Wherever you didn't get involved, I'll put a X, Y, and Z. Then we'll solve for X, Y, and Z. Then you'll know why the value of X, Y, Z is missing in your life. How easy? Any teachers here? We have an accountant, Sita, solving for X, Y, Z. Then you don't have to ask the Guru. You stay at home, check, hey, I'm not here. There's the equation. Guru plus God is equal to grace, and grace is equal to Tan Man Dhan Seva plus Simran plus Satsang. Do you think I'm the only Guru that's running Satsang like this? So the freebie times is over. We have to get serious because there's an equation. And that equation is not by me, it's from the Lord Himself. Dana, lend me your glasses. Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, verse 47. To work alone you have the right, and not to the fruits. Do not be impelled by the fruits of work, nor have attachment to inaction. This is an instruction by whom? This is a guru-disciple conversation between whom? Lord Sri Krishna, who is now the Acharya, and Arjuna, who is the disciple, and is telling him that you must perform karma yoga. Karma yoga means physical work. Come and do your physical work, but you are not entitled to the fruit of the action. So, Hemita, you cannot go and tell the whole world that what you see on Facebook, that what you see on Instagram, that what you see, I think there's something she found, Pinterest. All that is me. Hemita / Ashika / there's another name. What's the other name? She has many names. All right? You cannot say that. When you say that, you lose your merits. You cannot say, I do this for the ashram, I do that for the ashram, I do that for the ashram. The minute you say that, you lose your merits. And those that are practicing Islam, the wives don't even know how many millions the husband invested in the mosques. And not only mosque, they have a Dawa care center and when in July there was looting, a horse and trailer came with bread by the Muslims. They have money for every contingency. And as they take the money and put it in their seva system, it multiplies tenfold in the back. And as they take it out and put it in the seva system, it multiplies tenfold in the back. Jai, how many fold? Tenfold. So if you put 1,000 here, how many thousand you must expect? How many? It's not a trick question, Jai. Vishwadhar is also calculating on that side. Whilst listening to the discourse, he must be also got his calculator ready. Hey, if I put 10,000, 1,000 in the ashram, I'll get 10,000. If I put 10,000, I'll get 100,000. If I put 100,000, I'll get 1 million. He's working it out. All right? I'm not joking, Jai. Today you have to phone him. All right? I'm going to give you his number myself. Next week, when we're having a discourse, if I forget, remind me and tell me what the conversation was about. You see, during COVID, a lot of people were getting involved in deals with hand sanitizers, gloves, face mask, and what else? Sanitizers, face mask? Okay. If I missed anything out, I'm sure he has it on his spreadsheet somewhere. So Vishwadhar knew where every glove, in which country in the world, where the gloves were. In which shipment, how many thousand gloves were coming. At what cost it left its company, how much the shipping was, and how much it would land here in South Africa. And he knew that in 1 or 2 hours. Quickly. Vishwadhar is happy we got load shedding. Sorry, Vishwadhar. I wanted to do this for a long time. And I don't think Vishwadhar will be upset because I'm giving it to his blood brother, who he hasn't met in his life. First meeting today. All right, Amita, take out a photograph of Jay and send it to him. All right. He knew all the ingredients of hand sanitizers. He even knew where the hand sanitizers were and where the bottles were. He knew the bottleneck of the bottles. Vishwadhar knew everything about everything. PPE kits, we call it, isn't? Vishwadhar knew everything about every PPE kit. He knew more than the manufacturer, he knew more than the transporter, and he knew more than the outlet and the sales. And I'm serious. I am serious. He'll phone me, he'll tell me, Acharyaji, this deal, if I can take from A and coordinate to B, I will make 8.5 million. We'll buy the ashram for cash. After every deal, he said, Acharyaji will buy the ashram for cash. He said, I'm doing this for the ashram. And he knew every aspect in an area that he had no experience in. He's an analyst in an area he has no experience. And this week, you know what he did? Jessica, what I asked you and him to do this week? To plan churches, temples, and mosques to attend our May festival. So on Monday, he contacted 5 people. On Tuesday, he contacted 1. On Wednesday, 1. On Thursday, 1. On Friday, 1. But every day, I phoned him and I asked him. So on Monday, he contacted 5. On Tuesday, he would refresh the 5 with me and give me 1 new. On Wednesday, he would refresh the 6 and give me 1 new. On Thursday, refresh the 7. And on Friday, refresh the 8. He thought the Guru is an idiot. You understand? It means he only did 1 a day. But look at how much of depth he went when he knew every ingredient in the hand sanitizer. He knew where the bottlenecks was. He knew where to get the bottles. And this is how I whack him. This is why I whack him. Why? Why I whack him, Jessica?
That his priority is wrong.
No, because he knows he can do it. He can't say the Guru is asking him to do something that's not within his capacity. If we could research all these things in a few hours, you think he can't research how many temples around Durban, how many mosques around Durban, how many churches around Durban? That's easier than what he did. 1,000 times easier than what he did. All right? And whilst Vishwadhar is getting whacked, I think I need to whack Jessica. Jessica, can you give me any reason why she should be whacked today? Okay, let me put it another way. Yesterday, Maxine, you read a WhatsApp message? If I sent photographs on the WhatsApp showing how clean this ashram is round every corner, who would you think cleaned it? No. Jessica, why? Yes, she started the WhatsApp yesterday morning. Parivar, she said, it is day to clean and set up ashram for service tomorrow. So Maxine got very interested and she inquired, what time will this seva end? And Jessica put a smiley face. Go see on the WhatsApp. And she said, until we are finished. But Jessica did not do 1 grain of seva. She came in, Guru was upset. There was not it wasn't necessary to do seva. Now, Guru is not upset that Jessica had no capacity to do the seva. Guru is upset because Jessica initiated it. She put herself there, which Guru did not ask her, and then she let the Guru down. And this is a lesson for everyone. Don't put your hands up. She did that on Shivratri too. But Shivratri, I gave her the benefit of the doubt. Don't take on anything in the ashram and abandon it. Because I want to tell you why. And there's a science, and I know it's extremely hot. I'm just going to be 5 minutes, but it is important that you learn the science. Nothing is about the Guru and nothing is about the ashram. Nothing is about the Guru and nothing is about the ashram. And Jessica and the Guru are very close from another relationship. But if you deserve to be whacked, you have to be whacked. Otherwise, the Guru is not a real Guru. You understand? Lord Narayan, the Supreme Lord, does not live somewhere in the sky. He lives in your soul. He lives in your soul. He lives in your soul. When you make a commitment, especially spiritual commitment, you're making it to Him. All spiritual commitments you make, you don't make to the Guru. You're making it to Lord Narayan. He is living inside your soul. He is recording that commitment you are making. Is it scientific what I'm saying? Huh? You making that commitment, Lord is witnessing that commitment, and when you do not accomplish that commitment, then who it is between? Who it is between? You and the Lord. You and the Lord, because you made the commitment and the Lord resides within that soul which made that commitment. So, even if it's your turn on the roster to do seva, I don't expect it to run to perfection, which means anything can happen in your family, to you, to your vehicle, to your finances, to your own personal health. But you have to have the discipline and decency to inform. Listen, I'm running 1 hour late, I'm running 2 hours late, I'm running 3 hours late, or I cannot make it. You have to have that discipline. And I'm using the word decency because when the Guru is waiting for you and you're not informing the Guru, that amount of time is getting elapsed, which the Guru cannot get back. Guru cannot get back. Time lost, no one can regain. So you have to tell me so that we have a plan B in place and the entire ashram do not collapse because of a commitment that you could not keep. So we're going to have a roster. Myself, Shawan, Sean and Mataji, we will take a turn on the roster as one family. Then you will find yourself either as families or groups, whichever way you want to do it. And if there are 4 such sets, it means once a month you have to come to the ashram and do your seva. You can interchange, you can do whatever you want to do, however, it doesn't matter, but there must be no gap. So, this is the seva. Washing the car park. Washing, first sweeping, then taking the hose and washing the car park, washing the driveway. So I did this too myself in the sun. Premila, in the?
Yes, Guruji.
I did it in the?
Outside.
In whose presence?
In my presence.
Yes. And you wanted to come and take over. I said no. So I washed there later because we had clothes on the line and I didn't want to mess up the clothes. But I timed it. 1 hour it takes for one person to sweep this driveway, sweep the car park and hose it. How long? 1 hour. This morning, I took the hose and I washed all the windows and this courtyard, and I went on my knees again for the third time in a row, and I wiped all this, the tile wall and the floor and everything. It took 40 minutes. How long? 40 minutes. Then I went down and I swept there so you can park your car nicely and neatly. I swept there myself. It took 20 minutes. So 1 hour plus 40 minutes plus 20 minutes is how long? 2 hours. So if three people come to satsang, in 1 hour, all three things, not satsang, come to ashram on a Saturday, in 1 hour, three people can do all the things that took me 2 hours. Because one person can sweep, one person can wash here, and one person can wash there. Do you understand? And I'm 59 years old. And I'm one person. And I promise you, this is a promise I'm giving you, I can do this entire thing myself, week in, week out. Week in, week out. Week in, week out. I'm not giving you my work. I'm not giving you my work. But the equation, Guru plus God is equal to grace. You have to do seva. You have to do tan seva, man seva and dhan seva. You have to do simran and you have to do satsang. And that does not come from me. It's a Vedic injunction. It comes from the Creator Himself. That Creator who is living within you. You understand? All of you understand? Jessica?
Yes, Guru.
Any reports? You want to say anything? You want to say anything?
No, Guru.
Okay. All right. So this is where we are ending the satsang. Jeba, you want to say anything? How good your journey was? You happy to be back? You don't want to tell us how happy you are to be back with your original Guru who opened your singing voice. You didn't know you was a singer. You was croaking. Same Guru made you open up your singing voice. So let me just explain the last part of Jai Bhai. I'm enjoying this, Jai. I am really enjoying it. So Jai Bhai was on Zoom. Jessica, take out your mask. Let me see your face. Swearing the Guru behind the mask.
No, Guru.
Okay, all right. Jai Bhai was on Zoom with his Westville branch. The split now, the split of a split. So he is in the split of a split recently on Zoom and he's playing his harmonium. No, just singing. He was just singing the Guru Chalisa. We have our own Chalisa. Jai Bhai, I think next week you must sing the Guru Chalisa, all right? He was singing the Guru Chalisa and he went off by how many words? 3, 4 words. All right? So they whacked him. All right? For singing the Chalisa off. So he zoomed himself out of wherever he was zoomed and he has now zoomed in at the Sri Narayan Dham. Jai Sri Narayan.